Okay, I'm going to do a quick study on the stars. This is something you get at Griffith Park. Okay, what we want to do is we want to line up this thing with where we're at, the poles, our polar regions, right? That's facing north. Okay, oh, wait a minute, that's facing east. That's facing west, so I can't use that for some reason. That's how we're looking at north. Right there. You see south, so for some reason that's backwards. How can somebody get that backwards? So let's turn it this way. Watch this, ladies and gentlemen. Now we see west right there. And does anybody see a high magnitude star? You see a high magnitude star is a star like you see on the, on the flag. You see that Altair right there? So now let's point this west tonight. It's been happening since at least 2010 because they've been putting out movies that have Altair. Movies like, what kind of movies? Well, let's say that that's archetypal in connection with Lyra. You have Aquila and Lyra on all the money. You have Aquila on the dollars, Mexico. You have Lyra on as the shield, the olive branch, the female. So there are male and females anyway, in the Star of David, and God made things in in a straight way, and that thing's been kind of twisted. Here you see it's backwards. So anyway, I'm going to show you right here in the west. See the bright star Altair. Altair is upside down. So if I was to take that word Altair and stick it next to the word altar in front of a professional, they'd say there's no connection. Even if you drop the vowels and line it up in a Hebrew sense, they go, no connection. So we're basically fighting the most simple psychosis everywhere because that word is chrysaetos. It's in the West. I've been looking at these things for a long time. Let's prove that it's in the West tonight. You look, and what we're looking for is the Big Dipper. Does anybody see the Big Dipper? So you'll see that in the western horizon, sort of, and it's going to be turning around. It's going to be turning. And so it's going to kind of come up, and what's going to happen is my cup runneth over there, so to speak. And what's going to happen is, well, now we're turning it, but because this is the pattern that it goes in the sky, and then it comes around, and eventually it's going to line up in the west. And see, now everything's all messed up. So what we want to do is we want to line up Aquila in the west. We want to show that there is astronomical significance in the seal of history using Aquila and Lyra. There's the Lyra proof right there. You can see it's in all royalties, so we have people running around whose names do not match these. That's what it says. You can see clearly this is from the seal of history, Aquila, and this other thing, fall. So when we're talking about fallen angels, we're talking about spirits that come too, and some fallen angels are not even bad. So that definition is destroyed. The Nephilim pointing to Noah is destroyed. But we see here Lyra and Aquila, and those are in the stars. I just showed you. So we have the stars. We have their connection in money. I'll show you their connection in money. Okay, we flip right over here to this, and we see now we have their connection to heraldry, monarchs. These are venerating symbols for humans. So, of course, somebody has tied this one to chrysaetos, Christ. The origin is chrysaetos, male, female, and they should be in the beginning and in the end. Hey, you see those little stars right there? Could it be that it's these and this? No, it can't be, you see, because I'm not allowed to make that connection because you've never had that connection, proving genealogy of even a female. So there is no female. Now Israel's looking for the male. This is the one we always see, and they say, professionals say, that's King George. That's clearly Mexico. And Mexico takes place when, somebody said, as the sun rises in the east and setteth in the west, that will happen, that person. So are we looking for a transcendent soul? I noticed there was a movie out there called Transcendence. So these people, they take these images, like the warrior on the rock, they go through the female eagle on National Treasure, the old version. They take it to the warrior on the rock. They mention Solomon's treasure. So these don't represent pillars. They don't represent buildings. Solomon, hint there. So this right here is a depiction of Aquila coming, because if we've opened up things with speech and lyrics and lyra, and that person has a right in the garden for some reason, having, depicted lives, because if, whoever's making the decisions in, based on absolute or what have you, are the ones, well, we have to change. Somebody has to come, put things in the proper perspective, to porter. So the things that they use in these, I see a symbol of the Pope, who also uses Aquila and Lyra, Aquila and Lyra, Aquila and Lyra. So we know that Elijah Beth uses them, Elizabeth, Elijah Beth. So these are going to turn out to be the Bet Mikdash, and there's going to be male, female, and that's what they would show you in, excuse my camera, they would show you in National Treasure and such. So anyway, and then is there a connection? Well, we have the Pope trying to buy King David, King David. So anyway, I'm showing you that now, is there a connection to the pyramid? Well, there's yes to the royalty of the monarchy, because they're using venerating symbols. So when we hear of Horus and Isis and all this, they're definitely representing human beings who have codexes, who have venerable names now in English and linguistics. They'll match in every language, and I've already even gotten this proof backed up on Omni Lexica, so really no one can call me a fool. They can all say, oh, he's doing this, he's doing that, but I'm using the basis of words and in my personal life, so that's what I'm doing. So we see the archetypal, the Lyra, the Pyrrha for Aquila. Let's see if they use that in movies. Can anybody, let's see, do they use that in any movies, that connection? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, boom. Immortal. Face of an eagle, body of a human. Why do they do that? Because an archetypal male's coming. This one is preface to revision. So this one no one will ever get over, because we're looking for Lucifer, who's a man who walks under an ensign. He's already done that. He walked under, there's a connection, law, Aquila. So somebody studied that in 2009. Pretended he was that, said, yes, I am, but I wasn't born in a manger. Knows the connection. All the people know the connections to even the sun and the moon, and Aquila lining up in the west. You don't know that, but I'm showing you that now. Not even churches know this. They have the sign on their windows. They have it in picture form, painting form. It's archetypal. All archetypal things are either in the ellipsis or they're here on earth. So if somebody says archangel, well, then we're picturing just we're picturing something like, just a regular flying angel, like something like that. You see? So there's no connection to the Ark of the Covenant in that manner, no connection to the seals, no connection to heraldry. But look, clearly, Ezekiel 1, face of an eagle, form of human, Alpha and Omega. That's the part people have a hard time with, because these are endorsed from before time. So when God links these up, he's going to prove that he did all this before time without even showing up. And so there's the connection, the Star of David, Christ Theotos, male, and I didn't make these things, and forget that picture. And that picture right there, the White Castle, classification, Raptor. So we're not looking for this. How big is he going to be? Bigger than the sun? Because not even the sun is seen all around the world at the same time. So these depictions have to come through time. We all have to see them on our money and everywhere else. Here's the layout in connection to words. We're at the end of the bulwark here. End of the bulwark. See, and what's happening here is we have these endorsed things here and nobody knows. So the female, there is no female match. So now it goes to this one completely. And we just went through Passover. So I'm going to estimate. Because if people say that that's so-and-so. Oh, look at that connection. Well, why are they using a White Castle? Anyway, so if this is connected to the tabernacle, then it should have the names of Beit Mikdash. See? I live in California, where most people don't even know that Chumash means Torah. I didn't know. I've known maybe about 12 years now. Well, how did that happen? Why is Aquila on their wall? Because it's lining up in the west. So somebody removed that information, and that's what we want to fix. So we see that they even use it in South Africa. So what we'll find is that these classifications of this particular thing, Raptor, are still coming to the Golden Eagle, which somebody laid in the dictionary years before Christopher Columbus. And they mapped out the stars and the cities so that somebody would come along, show his meaning, show whose meaning does not mean that, show what despicable one means, show what these things are, and show that that's a false person walking in the Aquila. You see, that's what's happening. So when we have pastors pointing to something, happening, this is lexicography. That's true in every language on the face of the earth. I'm not even going to speak about somebody who comes against me. Are they using it? The shell? The sea turtle? Are they using it? Let's see. It looks to me like they kind of are. So anyway, this is heraldry, and it even goes into a connection of even, let me see, if I'm not mistaken, they're even connecting it to the face and the shroud. So I believe that there's a human being, a royal descendant of that, this line. I believe that that's what that really is on this torch here. Excuse me. It's not anything that they taught us, and that's the truth. Neither is that. These are all lineups. You see, it's in the pyramid, the connection of the pyramid. So I'm going to stop for now.